Tekken has one of the largest character rosters in fighting game history. So with each new Tekken game or each new season, it can be very difficult to predict which characters will make the main roster or which characters will come as a DLC character. Season 1 of Tekken 8 has just concluded, and depending on who you ask, the DLC character choice for Season Pass 1 was massively underwhelming. So let's take a look at Season Pass 1 DLC character choice. So firstly, we had Lydia making a return from Tekken 7. Weirdly enough, she was a new character in Tekken 7 as well as a DLC, and she made her return to Tekken 8 as a DLC character again. Now we live in an age of fighting games where a character that was in the previous game's main roster can still return as a DLC character in the next particular game. So whether you think Lydia should have come back as a main roster character, honestly at this point it doesn't really matter. We just have to accept how things are right now. You can make an argument for Eddie as well as Heihachi. All these characters could have returned as the main roster characters, but this is just the way things are in fighting games right now. So Lydia was kind of expected to be in the game, like I said earlier, and she did bring quite some hype at the beginning, but that hype severely died down. I don't know what it is about this character, but people just don't really seem to like her all that much. I for one do love Lydia, but I'm not really a huge fan of her redesign in Tekken 8, mainly focused in hit 50-50 with the unbreakable high, and there's something about her stance changes that I'm not really a huge fan of. But overall, I think Lydia was an exceptional DLC character, especially considering the fact that she is a new character that was recently released back in Tekken 7. The next we had Eddie Gordo. Now Eddie is massively hated in Tekken 8 and I don't understand why. I don't know why people would hate on Eddie all that much when you have characters like Clive now in the game, characters like Victor as well. Like, he is a raw pure martial art character, does capoeira. Like, the love and effort put into this character, like, you can tell, bro. Like, they really had a good time working on Eddie in Tekken 8, and for me, he's one of the bright spots of the DLC Season Pass 1. Now again, like I said, you can make an argument that he would be on the main roster, but at this point it doesn't really matter. So Eddie for me was a dub in my opinion. Then we had Heihachi making a return to Tekken 8 as well. This was the highest point of DLC Season Pass 1. The hype that this man generated was insane. Like, no one saw this coming. Everyone thought it was GG's for Heihachi after Tekken 7, but Namco pulled a 360 on us and brought the old man back. Massive W, the highest point of DLC Season Pass 1. And then lastly, we had Clive Rosenfield. Is it Rosefield? This one is kind of like a 50-50 because most of the people that were hyped for Clive are those that have played Final Fantasy. I think it's Final Fantasy 16. I have not played Final Fantasy 16. I had no idea who this character was prior to the announcement, so it depends mostly on those people that really played Final Fantasy a lot. So overall, Season Pass 1 was, I think, okay, nothing too crazy, kind of underwhelming. If I had to rate it, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Like, most of these characters were kind of expected. Like I said, the characters you would expect to be on the main roster, but like the choice, in my opinion, they didn't bring all that much excitement outside of Heihachi and maybe Clive, but outside of that, we didn't really have anything all that special. Now this begs the question, which characters will make DLC Season Pass 2? Will Namco take a similar route to the first DLC Season Pass, or will they go crazy and absolutely blow our minds with the upcoming characters? So these are the characters I would want to make Season Pass 2, and these I think characters would bring a lot of hype to Tekken 8. For starters, we already know that Anna was teased to be the first DLC character for Season Pass 2. We got this in an announcement trailer back at the TWT finals, or the Anna tease. Of course, this kind of sucks because Anna also was a DLC character for Tekken 7 back in season 1. She came with Lei, if I'm not mistaken, so having her again as a DLC is kind of a bummer. But again, you'd make an argument that almost every character can return as DLC, almost every character can make the main roster. And again, there is no Anna without Nina. Depending on who deserves to be on the main roster or comes as a DLC, it's up to you guys. For me, I'm kind of bummed out because I don't really play Nina, I don't really play Anna, so I'm not really hyped for this character. So with that said, technically we have 3 slots left for Season Pass 2. So which characters would I want to make the roster? Firstly, of course, you know me guys, we need Bruce. We are still missing Muay Thai representation in the game, and I'm surprised that it's taking them this long, or it's taking them this long to add Muay Thai to the game. Muay Thai is a very popular martial art, all things considered, and of course we do have 3 options. We have Bruce, Fakumram, and Josie. Of course, I know Josie is not Muay Thai, she does like what, Saviat or something like that, but like, come on guys, it's basically almost the same thing. Why Bruce over Fakumram? You guys know me, I don't like Fakumram's design. I feel he's very skinny, like his body proportions are not it. His design is very generic, the tattoo on his face. His fighting style, although, is bellissimo. It's very, very fun. The whole mechanic of sliding inputs is like, it's insanely fun. Like, they cooked with Fakumram's gameplay. As far as character design goes, I'm not a huge fan of Fakumram. I think Bruce still has better design over Fak. But one might make the argument that Fakumram is more fun to play than Bruce. People say Bruce was not a popular character. Like, bro, which Tekken Tag 2 game were you playing? Tekken Tag 2 had over 50 characters, and Bruce was like 25 most, like number 25 most popular character according to Event Hubs. The last time they had, you know, the character usage rate numbers up, he was at number 25, higher than characters like Devil Jin and Bob, etc. So Bruce was a relatively popular character. He was a top tier character, seen in tournament a lot by Koreans, and of course offline as well. Casuals loved Bruce as well. We haven't seen Bruce since Tekken Tag Tournament 2, so I think bringing back Bruce would bring a lot of excitement to the Season Pass 2. Like, imagine bringing back Josie or Fakumram. Fakumram is very recent, right? And no one really played Fak towards the end of Tekken 7, and then Josie, honestly, from a character design point of view, she isn't really all that. Like, no one really cares about Josie's personality. I'm sorry, Josie mains, but like, Josie just wasn't it. Her playstyle was fun, yes, but like, personality, oh my days, they kind of messed up. So just think of this, like, Bruce hasn't been seen since Tag 2, so Bruce making a return to Tekken 8, that would be really hype. People would be so excited, and it would bring a lot of people back as well. As for my second choice, I'm kind of stuck between Lei and Armor King. I think if any of these two made the roster, I would be hella happy. So first, let's start with Lei Wulong. Lei is an OG, one of the faces of Tekken. Like, it just feels weird not having Lei in Tekken 8. Like, this goes back to Tekken 7 when Lei was not in the game. You all remember the demands for Lei. Even people that didn't play Lei were crying for Lei to make the game, just for that image factor of having Lei in the game. The iconicness of this character like goes way back. So I don't know, it just feels as though we must have Lei in the game. Now outside of that, I did play Lei. If you watched me back in Tekken 7, I had a bunch of Lei videos, and man, I'm so curious to see what these guys would do with Lei in this game. Like, for no doubt, mix-ups are the basis of Tekken 8. Like, if you have strong mix-ups in this game, you're a very good character, right? Xiao Yu, Yoshi, of course. So I would be like, dude, the rework that Lei would get in Tekken 8 would be insane. Like, I have a feeling this character would be top tier if he made Tekken 8. Just a good redesign, good frame data rework, better lows, better stance transitions. This character would be easily strong and easily fun, right? We just remove the nuance of, like, Lei had a bunch of moves that were useless in Tekken 7. Like, just remove all those useless moves, make his move list more compact, and this character would be more popular and more used in Tekken 8. So I think Lei would make a good addition and bring so much hype to this Tekken 8 roster, because people would be curious to see what Namco would do with Lei. Secondly, of course, is Armor King. You guys know we have to have Armor King in this game, one of the most popular characters in Tekken 7, thanks to his redesign. Like, he has one of the best costumes in Tekken in general of all time. His redesign in Tekken 7 was insane, and I'm actually surprised he didn't make season 1. Like, just replace like AD with Armor King or Lydia with Armor King, and like, it's a good season, bro. Like, honestly speaking, it's crazy that Armor King didn't make season 1, but him coming in season 2 would be hella hype. Of course, he's a grappler. We are kind of missing grapplers in the game. We only have King right now carrying the grappler name, maybe Jack to some extent, but I think we do need a second like big grappler. You know, outside of Nina, Dragonov, I know they have grabs, but like, come on, not to the extent of Armor King being a pro wrestler. And yeah, Armor King, I would want him to be good in this game as well. coming up from Tekken 7 where he struggled a lot. So making him a good character in Tekken 8 would go hard. So those would be my character choices for Tekken 7, for Tekken 8 Season Pass 2 in terms of original Tekken characters. And then the last slot would either be a new character, a new Tekken character, an original character, or of course a guest character. I think we'll most likely get a guest character rather than an original Tekken character. I think they would save an original Tekken character for like Season 3, Season 4. Because like I said, this game has so many characters still missing from the roster. So they would want to bring as many of those back as possible. It would be actually cost even less for them, you know, using assets and shit like that. So I don't think an original character will be on the cards for Season 2. But a guest character is more so likely. Now I won't even bother trying to guess which guest character will make it, because these guys are hella unpredictable. After the shit they put off in Tekken 7 with Noctis, then Negan, and Tekken 8 with Clive, like bro, these guys are moving mad. You have no idea which guest character will make Season 2. But I think it will be a female character. I think there's a huge shortage of female characters in the game. So it might be a female guest character. Of course, you guys know me, I mention Tifa all the time. So Tifa is still on the cards. But like bringing 2 Final Fantasy characters, I don't think will be the play. They would want to do something outside of FF. Maybe like Stellar Blade, a Stellar Blade character. Stellar Blade is getting a DLC. They might bring Stellar Blade as a DLC character. I can't think of anyone else, honestly, outside of Tifa in the Stellar Blade hand. Maybe a Street Fighter character, Street Fighter female character. Let's see, who would be hype? Who would be a hype female Street Fighter character to bring in Tekken 8 Season Pass 2? Laura maybe? Sakura? Sakura will be too generic, but like, I think it might be a female character. I think that's all I will say for this. I won't even bother, guys, because you know it's an easy wrong guess, but like that's what I would want, honestly. If I had a choice to decide who I would want, of course it's Tifa. Like it's Tifa. If anyone else would come, I kind of wanna see a Bleach character like Yorichi from Bleach. Would be insane, because we have Bleach Rebirth of Souls coming out in March, and of course it's the Bandai Namco game that would want to promote their game. So Yorichi, you know, she's hand-to-hand combat, so it would be fun seeing her from Bleach in Tekken 8. So I think those are my choices of who would make the cut for Tekken 8 Season Pass 2. What do you guys think, and what would you guys want to see? Which characters would you want to see for Season Pass 2? Of course, like, dude, the possibilities are almost endless. Like at this rate, you can't even guess who would make the cut, because there's so many characters in the way of the Miguels. You know, Bob is still out there, cries for Bob. People want Olga, true Olga, like that would be so sick as well. You know, Julia is still missing, maybe even Michelle, JC, you know, there's so many characters that still would want to see the light of day. Bake, Dawson, oh my days, Bake. Oh, there are so many, like there's so many. So who would you guys want to see, and who do you think Namco will bring, especially like a guest character, bro? Like at this point, you can't even guess. So yeah, who would you guys want to see? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. So thank you so much for watching my video, boys. If you made this far, please don't forget to that like button as usual. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, thanks for watching, boys. May the Freneta be ever in your favor. GG.